with the Hylos and a Grok. Once you get into the late game, he hurts so much, and they don't have to worry about spreading their resources thin as well, because Bruno already can hold his own in lane quite well.
And here comes the final pick coming from Ulfhednar. It's going to be the Ling. Oh, so they're going to go really fast on this one. Interesting, because a lot of their composition, that mid trio needs to be able to move really.
Number 3 here at day 1 of the wildcards with Geekay on the blue side versus Ulfhednar on the red.
All right, let's get right into this. Orange starts for both junglers here. They're going to end up on opposite sides of the map. Let's see which side is gold and which side is EXP. Top side is going to be gold, EXP on the bottom side. So we're expecting this Ling to maybe unlock onto the bottom side. If not, because they've got information with Alien, who's already invading to steal away at least one camp.
We can already see a good amount of damage being done here in the mid lane. But before anything really gets started, we'd like to remind you guys, M6 Pass is going to be available from the 18th of November to the 29th of December. Make sure to complete all active tasks during the event to reach level 75 for free so that you can get amazing rewards.
Yeah, things like Challenger Sparks, Prime Skin Cosmic Blaze Claws, the M6 exclusive Claude figurine. I mean, these are just a few of the prizes. Now, based on this early game, we've already seen that Rosa is just feeling the range of Smile, taking a lot of damage, doesn't lose her his passive just yet, but is able to come back into lane. Keep note that the range is significant for Smile, and if he maintains this type of distance to unleash his artillery, it's going to be hard.
Up in the mid lane, Shen already forced to use Flicker quite early on, and they managed to find the taunt onto Zeno as well. Caught out in a bad spot. Tempest Blaze comes out. Rosa securing first blood onto the enemy jungle.
Beautiful work here, and at minimal losses as well. They didn't have to flicker at all. Shen out of position, having to force that flicker out quick, but TNZ is not going to let free kills go. Now, with that first initial kill falling into the hands of Rosa, more mid lane control means that they can start spilling down to the bottom side of the map. They just need to make sure at the very least that their gold laner just holds out on their own, don't die, stay alive, and let's play for these neutrals 4v4.
In fact, if they can maybe shift a little bit more attention towards the gold lane after this first turtle, that could help them deal with this first blood being given over to mid. Because Smile up until this point had actually been doing a very good job of just zoning the Aurora off the wave. So with that kill, they've just managed to even it up back up again.
I'm more curious, how exactly is Zeno going to find opportunities to fight right now? Because again, Alien is doing a great job against Samo, clearing these waves twice as fast as he is, has a level lead, and also is relaying information back to TNZ.
And all that information working very well. Samo, Glorious Pathway, drop down on the turtle, but Alien is just stopping the rest of GK by himself. The kick finds it. Turtle secured by the Ling, and Zeno already taken out by Ulfhednar. They're continuing to fight as well. Tempest Blaze comes out. Samo and Shen both being slowed down. Avatar Guardian's gonna be zoning him away from his escape path, and they get the taunt as well, giving a killing spree over the Rosa.
I don't know. I don't think Zeno should have walked up there. I mean, you saw Alien use everything, right? He used the Shunpo, third hit of Jeet Kune Do, didn't hit anybody, so he doesn't get the reset. So all he has is the Way of the Dragon. So I'm not too sure what exactly was going through their minds, but I personally think it might have been an oversight.
I think there was a slight lapse in communication, because the Glorious Pathway was placed down pretty nicely, but the rest of the team wasn't close enough to take advantage of it. A lot of it was because Alien was just standing there menacingly, so they couldn't get close enough. But yeah, the timing just was not right.
It's not looking good so far, because now they also have timings on these buffs. Alien is doing such a phenomenal job right now. With that being said, if they steal this away, where's the next opportunity that they could maybe set up a gank, right? The proxy is successful. Top side seems to be pretty much untouched, and double waves being obtained by Sunshine. He's only going to scale twice as fast. 2.8k at 4 minutes.
TNZ just finished his Berserker's Fury as well at 4 minutes, so that's very quick for a Ling, especially against a Suyo. GK has missed out on a potential early game spike with this jungle hero, and that means that Ulfhednar will be able to start taking control a little bit.
All right. It looks like even for Zeno, going to complete the Hunter Strike first. He's not even going to think of going into a component like the Fury Hammer and then building straight into the War Axe to try and sustain through the damage. Because again, in the early game, you just don't have the HP to deal with all that burst. Speaking of which, Rosa 3-0-1 right now. Anybody who's falling in that ult is almost guaranteed to die.
And this is coming from someone who was nearly taken out in the first minute by the Sicilian. So an instant reversal, and that's why Rosa lives up to the title of Torn Queen here. You gotta be careful.
Well, next turtle is up, and I think that Ulfhednar is going to be looking to fight more than actually trying to secure this turtle, because to them, the turtle is such a minuscule objective comparing to slowing down the raw power of Smile and even Carvey. If they can just slow down their farm, that's good enough.
Here comes Alien, gets the flicker kick right into the Avatar, the Guardian, but Zeno is able to dodge with the iframes. Frigid Glacier comes out, only hits Samo. GK still in a good position, revitalized, Glorious Pathway used by the high-low, so TNZ not going to be able to follow up on that kill, but Alien still distracting Zeno the entire time, not allowing him to get close to the turtle, but TNZ messes up the retreat timing, and Shen steals it away from Ulfhednar. They now go onto the mid lane, Purify forced out, Smile taken as a trade.
Unlucky indeed. Let me just double check the items to see what Zeno got. Yep, he did go for the tough boots. That's why he wasn't CC'd as long. Great for him, because this is now starting to turn around. Now that Geekay is able to secure at least one turtle, they just need a full winning fight against Ulfhednar. Maybe a 2 for 3 would be okay, but ideally a 3 for 1 would be the best scenario.
It's a feels bad situation though, because Ulfhednar was doing such a good job of keeping Zeno off the turtle, and then TNC just messed up the timing. I'm not too sure what really happened, because I don't feel like Shen would be enough of a threat for him to make that mistake.
Well, at the very least, they did find Smile there. I think personally for me, turtle or not doesn't really matter to Ulfhednar at this point, right? They got the early game secured, the mid game is starting to come by, and we're expecting item power spikes for Ulfhednar first before we see it from Geekay. There's the Feather of Heaven coming in from Sunshine. I don't think Carvey has got that Berserker's Fury or even the Haas Call completed yet.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that way. Sunshine also has the level lead on the Bruno, so unfortunately this goal lane, which should have a bit of advantage for Carvey, still not quite going his way. This is a very good window for Ulfhednar right now, because we know once you get into late stages, Cecilia and Bruno can be pretty scary. Here, another gank attempt on top lane, not able to find Carvey. Shen is here, Zaman Force being dropped down. Ulfhednar wants to dive the tower, wall charge, hit 3, and then Shen is able to flicker out to safety. Smile as well, popping the ultimate, chasing down Apex 47, and Ulfhednar, unfortunately, will not get anything from this.
That's so worth it. They get at least the flicker out from Shen. This next neutral objective, there's no surprises from Shen specifically, but at the same time, we are seeing this very common rotation. EXP leaving their lane early on, running towards the top side of the map to try and zone off the enemy gold laner, while the jungler picks up the farm on the bottom end. Now, the big issue of Suyo is that, yes, he's mobile, but he's not as quick as Ling. Ling can cover the cross-map marathons in a mere seconds.
And with the changes to Suyo as well, he's not quite as agile as he used to be, nor does he do as much damage with his tap skill too, which does mean that the odds are even just a little bit. That's why we're seeing teams prioritize Suyo last. Wave of the Dragon finds the Grok. Shen in trouble, watch charge use, Glorious Pathway as well to zone out the rest of Ulfhednar. As Samo walks forward, Shen able to recall back to base. TNZ taking bottom tier 1 at the same time. Bruno not going to be able to stop him. Lord being delayed. GK wants to find someone, but Alien doing a very good job. Avatar the Guardian comes out, Zeno iframes away, and neither team gonna be able to get that advantage in the Lord pit.
Yeah, and again, we can see that Ulfhednar, they want to fight, and Geekay, they understand that. That's why they're doing this back and forth against them. As long as Carvey doesn't end up dying to the Ling on the bottom side of the map, then he will be okay, and they can scale at pace with Ulfhednar. Now, Carvey already completing his second item. He's got the Haas Call. He's also got the Berserker's Fury. We're waiting for him to eventually get that Malefic Gun, but he's already ready to fight.
Yeah, Bruno is able to fight basically at any phase of the game, and as long as GK can continue delaying, giving Carvey free space on the map while making sure that Smile stacks up, they'll be in a great spot actually. Glorious Pathway comes out once again onto the Lord. Wave the Dragon onto Zeno in the backline. He's not able to get close enough, but the Lord is not being whittled down. Frigid Glacier catches out Shen. That's going to be a killing spree for TNC, as the rest of the team is just splitting up. GK, double kill now, going to the side of Ulfhednar. Smile will finally finish off the top, but the Lord has been taken by the red side.
Oh my gosh, it's a a 2-for-1 in favor of
Oh!
he gets it, no problem. Smile ends up falling. I take it back. I thought a 2-for-1, okay, maybe not the worst in the world, but maybe they could go and turn it into a 4-for-1. I mean, TNZ already using that Finch poise, luckily, so he doesn't have to worry about the chase. But at this point, Geekay has a significant deficit, 4.8k in favor of Ulfhednar, and we are seeing that TNZ has completed his third item, Power Spike achieved.
He has nearly a 3k advantage over Xeno right now. That's how much of a lead Ulfhednar has. And even though Ling may not be the most popular pick nowadays, this is a TNZ classic. You can see the comfort on it. He instantly turned that smile into a frown. And GK not looking good right now.
Oh, but you can see that the damage is building up, right? Level 10, one item down against Rosa, is able to chunk out 50% of his health.
That is very, very scary. Cecilion stacks up so ridiculously into the game, actually, but Lord has collided with bot tier 2. All of GK here, besides Xeno, gonna be able to respond to it and take it out quite quickly, actually. Ulfhednar shifts over the mid, able to get that at least.
Oh, nicely done by Shen, just making sure that the Holy Shielding doesn't blow up. They will lose that top side one. It looks like there was, unfortunately, not multiple Shens to actually cover all of the illicit lanes, but in 93 more seconds, we're expecting that Ulfhednar, I want to believe that they want to rush the Lord because they already have such a lead. I'm looking at Sunshine's item. Does he have 3 items? Yes, he's already completed the Holy Crystal as well. So more than enough reason to actually press the dagger deeper into the skin.
But there's also the argument to maybe not pressure GK too hard and give them reason to extend outside of their base. Because the longer the game goes, and if they're able to defend, players like Carvey and Smile will actually become problems. You saw how much damage just that one bat impacted.
Well, I know for a fact that the Queen would never ask Apex 47 to give up his life, but he's got a great ult, and I think they can guarantee at least one inhibitor if he just commits the ult a little bit further from where the inhibitor is to zone off the rest of Geekay once that Lord starts crashing through. But this is all theory crafting. It's still a 1-8 scoreline in favor of the ULF.
A very one-sided game so far, even though initially it looked like GK might be able to do something. 8k in 12 minutes. Ulfhednar in complete control of the map. No external structures standing for GK, and Lord coming up in 25 seconds. Their composition not actually the best at wave clear as well, so it's going to be an uphill battle.
I mean, they do have Smile, and I think that's their only saving grace unless Carvey decides to get his 4th item to be Windtalker, and then maybe he can keep up the pace. But so far, these neutrals, and more importantly, these buffs, do not fall into the hands of Geekay, ever.
And they are just gonna have to deal with that, basically. Lord finally spawned now. GK needs to set up the wave so that maybe they can walk out and contest this, but even then, it's not really sure if it's worth it.
No, you're just playing into the hands of the ULF. That's the problem, right? They want to fight you, but you don't want to give them that fight, so you have to sacrifice neutral objective after neutral objective until you hit the right timing. Now, this might just be a checkmate angle. 9k, if they can break an inhibitor and maybe get a pick off of Geekay before that Lord crashes into an inhibitor, they might be able to end this game pre-15 minutes.
Especially if they're able to find Smile somehow. They have tools that can easily dive into the backline. TNZ on the Ling, the Avatar, the Guardian, like you mentioned. Positioning going to be key here, but at least they still have all 3 inhibitors. Let's see if they can hold it. As bottom lane now going to be the target. Sambo taking so much already. Tempest of Blades used quite early on, and the wave has been cleared out down bottom, but the Lord has already taken out the mid tower, and Alien by himself takes out top inhib as well. Very calculated gameplay from Ulfhednar.
Oh, so precise, so good. 2 inhibitors for free. You fake a commitment down on the bottom side. You have Alien push on that top side, and you know the Lord is going to be crashing down through mid, and Geekay clearly not strong enough to handle it. Here it comes.
Avatar the gun comes out. Glorious Pathway zones them away, but the kick onto the Cecilia, the target he wanted. Bridget Glacier takes out the front line, and Geekay Esports is just dismantled in an instant. They're able to clear up the minion waves, so Ulfhednar has to wait a little bit longer. In fact, their waves are not pushed up, so GK will survive for now, but that is some serious damage.
Oh man, Alien, he's got a bit of help, but he understands like the game could end. If I recall now, it's going to be a 4v3. I mean, I can almost guarantee guarantee this. Just one more.
Well, and there's the one more coming. Another 5 seconds before the other two members come out. But Ulfhednar is just pushing straight in. Shen just barely survives. Minion wave is still alive though.
Oh my
Geekay
God.
not able to get on top of it. And because of that, Ulfhednar with a very, very convincing victory.